Today we're gonna go pick up some lunch from Timmy's, but it's 9 degrees outside, so I'm gonna put on my bunny hug so I don't get cold.
Hug? Yeah?
Yeah.
No.
There we go, that's better. Now, Levi might want a toque as well.
Hat. Warm.
There, now we're ready to go to Tim's.
Yeah?
He come. Come in. He come. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. So the nearest Tim Hortons is just over 2 clicks away, so that's pretty close, eh? Hopefully I have enough loonies and toonies. If not, I have some bills. We are now home ready to eat our food. I did not get a double-double though because I wasn't in the mood for a hot drink, but I did end up getting a cold drink.
Wow.
We got a nice cap, a cheddar sandwich, a ham and cheddar sandwich, looks like this, a Vico, and some Timbits. Gonna be a good lunch, eh? Okay, so I wanted to do a little video about Tim Hortons for my American friends because I don't want you guys, if you're traveling to Canada, to come here and be disappointed because it's not the quality of food that we are all into Tim Hortons for, it's the quantity of restaurants. But before I get into this whole spiel about Tim Hortons and what it is, I want to just say this video was inspired by Tyler Bucket because he is a YouTuber. His channel is about him, an average American, reacting to videos about Canada and all the information, you know, he doesn't know about Canada, and it's very entertaining. I've been binge watching it. Totally recommend it. In Saskatchewan, there are 81 Tim Hortons and 43 McDonald's. So that's why Tim Hortons is such a big thing in Canada, because there's a ton of them. Not because it's good. There's a ton of them, and it's convenient and it's affordable. There is also in Canada 4,300 locations of Tim Hortons in Canada, and there's 1,400 locations of McDonald's in Canada. So there's like 4 times as many in all of Canada as McDonald's. So you can kind of get an idea that there's just a ton of them. That's why you hear a lot about it. So what you can get at Tim Hortons, what Tim Hortons actually is. First of all, Tim Hortons is named after a hockey player, Tim Horton, who basically started the franchise, I believe. That's why it's called Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons is called Timmy's, it's called Tim's, or it's called Tim Hortons. All of those things are used to describe Tim Hortons. They're known for mostly their coffee and their donuts. They also sell some sandwiches, some breakfast food like egg muffins and hash browns and that kind of thing. Just very simple, fast food, but not burgers and fries. Don't go there and buy their donuts. Their donuts are not good because they're made somewhere else. They're fried, then they're boxed, frozen, shipped out to locations, and then they're reheated. Or maybe they're never fried. I don't know, but they're like not freshly fried donuts. So they're not good in my opinion. I would not bother with a donut. If you want a good donut, in Canada, there's a chain called Robin's Donuts, and they fry their donuts fresh. Otherwise, go to like local donut shops, like old-fashioned bakeries that, you know, will fry their donuts fresh. As for the coffee, it's also not the best coffee. It's one of the cheaper coffees, I think. I don't mind their coffee, but I also, like, at home, my favorite coffee is instant coffee, not like a Keurig or any like real coffee. So anyone that actually likes coffee and real coffee probably isn't that big of a fan, I would think, of Tim Hortons. It's just like cheap tasting coffee. I would prefer an iced cap, which is a blended iced coffee. That, in my opinion, is the best drink to get from Tim Hortons. And that, though, is a little bit hard on my stomach because I'm getting old and I usually have to order it with milk. So it's a little lighter. Normally, if you just order an ice cap, it will come with a cream base. You can also order it with a chocolate milk instead. Chocolate. So if you want it a little chocolatey. The sandwiches, I enjoy them. The buns are a little bit more crusty compared to Subway or something. My husband refuses to eat sandwiches from Tim Hortons. He will only eat Subway, but he was not born in Canada, so his allegiance is a little bit compromised. So some of the stuff I explained in the video, what I'm talking about, but I'm just going to go into a little bit more detail. So A is a word that we get known for a lot. I don't actually say it that often in my speech. I had to consciously add it into the video in 2 different places. So a bunny hug is a hooded sweatshirt. It's only in Saskatchewan that I know of that people call it bunny hugs. I lived in Alberta when I went to college for 8 years, and I had to learn to say hoodie so people knew what I was talking about, because when I first moved to Alberta, which is like the province next to Saskatchewan, right under Montana, Idaho, where all the Rocky Mountains are. Anyways, they had no idea what, they looked at me funny when I said bunny hug. So if you didn't know what bunny hug is, don't feel bad. Most Canadians don't know what bunny hug is either. Toque is very common. It's like the hat you put on in the winter to keep your head and your ears warm. And you definitely need that in Saskatchewan because it can get to -40. And that's Fahrenheit and Celsius. It's the same at -40. It can get cold. Like your ears will freeze off in 15 minutes if you don't have them covered properly. So it's a big deal. You need a toque. Then click is a slang for kilometers. I actually don't use that slang at all. I don't use that slang at all. If someone's talking to me, I know what it means. But I don't think I don't know. It's not super common. Not everybody's using that term all the time. Loonies and toonies. If you don't understand what that is, a loonie is the $1 coin because it has the loon on it, and the toonie is a $2 coin. It's just called toonie because it's $2. And it matches with the loonie. I specifically bought a chocolate milk so I could add Vico into the video. Vico is an old slang way of saying chocolate milk. It's not commonly used. It used to be a brand, a company that made chocolate milk in Quebec, I believe it was from. It's only in Quebec, Saskatchewan, and I think Manitoba or something like that, where people would know what you're talking about when you say Vico. And at that, this brand went out of business in, I think it said 1992. So not many people younger than me would know what Vico is. And most Canadians nowadays don't use that term. And that's it. That's my recommendations for Tim Hortons. Thanks for watching. Bye.